Creating a contract. A contract is usually created from a commercial proposal or sales order that has been accepted by your customer. Navigate to the commercial proposal and click on the Create Contract button, which is available only for commercial proposals that have been validated and accepted. In this case, the products or services defined in the proposal are copied into the contract automatically. For more details on how to work with commercial proposals and quotes, refer to the video about commercial proposals and quotes. You can also create a contract by clicking on New Contract or Subscription and entering all the details manually. Provide the customer or vendor reference, choose the third party for whom you are creating the contract, choose the sales representatives who will follow up on the contract and sign the contract, choose the contract date and project, enter notes, both public and private, click the Create button to create the contract. You can now start adding the actual service and pricing information to your contract. Add the service name or choose from one of your predefined services. Choose a tax slab if relevant. Enter the net cost, quantity, and any applicable discount. You can add multiple services to the contract. Note that the goal of the contract is above all to follow if a service is active or expired and to renew the service, so the price is not mandatory. But if it is already defined in the contract, it will save you time if you request payment at a later date for your contract. Validating and sending the contract. Once you're done, click on Validate to finalize the contract. Now the contract is ready to be sent to your customer or vendor. Click on the Send Email button. You can now fill in the receiver details. All other details in the contract are automatically included. Contracts Module Features. You can use the List view to view the list of contracts. The Contacts and Addresses tab captures all the relevant business entities and people involved in the contract. Use the Linked Files section to add any file attachments to the contract. The Events or Agenda tab will give you a complete list of all the past and upcoming events related to the contract, such as creation, update, invoicing, email sent, phone calls, etc. Use the Clone button to create a similar contract with all the details pre-filled. You can create an invoice or sales order from the contract by clicking on the appropriate buttons. Invoice and sales orders are covered in detail in the relevant video tutorials of these modules. Note that an invoice can also be a recurring invoice, for example, for a yearly contract that needs monthly payments, so an invoice will be generated automatically each month 12 times. Managing services. Services that are part of your contract are in the inactive, running, expired or closed state. Click the appropriate buttons to activate or close all the services that are part of the contract. To renew a service of a contract, just update the end date of the service. Click on the Services list view to view the list of services associated with your contracts. You can view the list of services based on their current status, such as inactive, running, expired and closed. In any page of the application, for example, on the main dashboard, when the reference of a contract is mentioned, you can also have an orange flag to alert you when at least one service has expired. You can set up an offset, that is the number of days before or after the expiration date, to decide when the visual late alert must be shown. There is also a lot of other features that can be enabled from the setup. Also, like most Dolibar modules, you can add your own custom fields to describe your contracts, define default values or mandatory fields, and you can use the export module to export your contract database.